Hello, folks. This is an introduction to Agile session. I'm Vivek Sharma, and I'm recording this session for those of you who could not attend the live webinar or session today. Um, so let's go right through it. Uh, so in this session, we're going to talk about an introduction to Scaled Agile and the trainings or the services that I or EdisonTimes offer as part of this session. This is going to be our agenda. So we're going to go through an introduction. We'll talk about the Agile basics, the roles and responsibilities in, in an Agile framework like Scrum or Kanban. We'll talk about the training schedule that EdisonTimes offers and a summary or conclusion of this event. So, an introduction to myself, Vivek Sharma. I have an MBA from Webster University with a Bachelor's of Electronics Engineering degree. I've been a developer, a team lead, a project manager, advanced Scrum Master, a release train engineer, and an Agile coach. My interest at work includes all dimensions of Scaled Agile and related Agile tools. Besides technology, of course, I've been a technocrat. I have interest in software development, point of sale systems, enterprise resource planning, ERP systems, cloud, data and analytics, etc., etc. But these are some of my certifications, like just related to Agile. So I have an SPC or a Safe Program Consultant certification. I'm a Scaled Agilist. I have an advanced Safe Scrum Master, a Product Owner Product Management certification, Project Management Professional certifications. And a little fun fact about myself, I've lived in or briefly stayed in all the 5 continents, Asia, America, Europe, Australia, and Africa. By the age I was 28, I had traveled to all 5 continents and lived briefly in all 5 of them before moving to America. Right now, I am in the United States, New Jersey, USA, and a place where I call home. So, what is Agile? So Agile refers to moving or changing position quickly and effectively and with control. So in the corporate context, in business context, business agility, it refers to rapidly and cost efficiently adapting to changes in the environment. And organizations are trying to be more agile, and agile and scaled agile supports that move of being able to respond to change and to be more agile. The earlier processes, very well known, were the waterfall methods, the SDLC, as some called it, and the conventional project management methods or waterfall methods failed for certain reasons, which Agile tries or endeavors to overcome. And that's the reason organizations are moving to Agile. So what does the Agile umbrella encompass? Agile development is an umbrella term for the several iterative and incremental software development methodologies that you see here on the screen. So things like Lean, Kanban, Scrum, Extreme Programming, Paired Programming, Crystal, Feature-Driven Development, Test-Driven Development, DSDM, all these are flavors of Agile. They fall under the Agile umbrella. And these iterative and incremental software development methodologies have proven to do much better than the stage gate or waterfall methodologies. And they make the organizations, a department, team, and organization more, successful in their initiatives. Each of these agile methods above is unique to its specific approach, but they all share a common vision and core values of agile. So why agile? So why are organizations been moving to agile in the past decade? I've been practicing Agile from 2010, and a lot of organizations have moved from Waterfall to Agile. In fact, 90% right now, I would say, have moved to Agile. And what's the reason? So in Agile, you get value delivered earlier in an ever-changing environment. So value is delivered early. Uh, in an Agile environment, we're responsive to business and we build empowered teams. Those are just the top three or some of the reasons why organizations have moved to Agile. There are several other reasons, quality being one, building team morale, keeping, the team engaged and empowered, of course. There are several other reasons as well, but these being the top three. And in this hyper competitive market, if you can match or leapfrog your competitors, you will fall behind in competition. So, all organizations, departments, teams are moving to Agile or are practicing Agile. So all these Agile methods, they stem from a very basic values and principles by the documented in the form of Agile Manifesto. The Agile Manifesto is you can see that agilemanifesto.org, agilemanifesto.org. You'll be able to see the 4 values and the 12 principles that Agile kind of promotes. And it's available freely over the internet, this information, but I'll just cover it in brief. So the Agile Manifesto talks about these 4 values. Through this work, we have come to value that individuals and interactions, we value them more over processes and tools as convention processes and tools. We value working software more over comprehensive documentation. We value customer collaboration more over contract negotiation. And we want to respond to change more over following a plan. So though there's values of items on the right, we value the items on the left more when we follow Agile principles or methods. These are the 12 Agile guiding principles. Again, they are available on the internet. You can search for this and go through this. But these are the 12 Agile guiding principles, and I'll go through a couple of them. Like, for example, the first one, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer early and continuously through an early and continuous delivery of valuable software and features. We welcome changing requirements, unlike waterfall methods, wherein any requirements or changes are viewed as not being part of the initial plan, so unwelcome, and they had to go through rigorous change management procedures. While in Agile, the method of change and prioritization and reprioritization is inbuilt into the process. Working software or features is the primary method of progress. So when we talk about software development, when we want to show progress, we do it through demos. We do not do it through documentation and through presentations, etc. We want to demo a working software and measure, which will be a primary measure of progress. So what's the primary difference between the traditional versus Agile method? So you can see in the traditional SDLC process or waterfall process, you had to do planning upfront. You go through a stage gate. Out of the planning, whether it's high level initiative requirements, etc. The result of the planning process would be documentation. So that's the deliverable, and that's what's approved out of this stage gate. From this planning documentation, the product team would analyze, and design. So the product and the development team would get together. They would analyze and design. They'd probably do a 200-page BRD or a business requirements document with a 200-page high-level design and further low-level design documentation. And the result of this phase would be more documentation, which would then go through reviews and approvals. And after these are approved, we would actually go through into the development or construction. And the result of that construction would be unverified code. So you would have test cases, test results, but you would also have unverified code, which the product team or the business users have not yet seen or tested. And only in the last phase, when we implement this into production, into a higher environment, like the UAT, user acceptance testing or production environment, is when the software that has been worked on or has been developed is actually seen by the business or by the end users. And probably at the end of this 2-year process, the business would then say, this is not exactly what I want, or there are certain major changes I need to this software. And had I seen this earlier, probably I would have given that feedback. So, so this SDLC process did not work so well. About 70% of what were projects actually failed in one of these phases at some point in the life cycle. With an introduction to Agile and Scaled Agile, the difference is you do obviously do some upfront planning. You build in, you have a high-level plan, you have high-level requirements of what you want, and you do some upfront architectural design and as part of building the architectural runway. So you do decide technology and do some upfront planning, but you don't plan in depth or in detail. And out of that planning and high-level design is the teams would then start software development or development based on that. And the requirements or the user stories and features can get prioritized, reprioritized as the development goes on. And through each of these 2 to 4 week sprint cycles or iterative cycles, you would get something released at the end of these iterative cycles. Which may not have the full functionality, but it will have some functionality, maybe a login page, which is not really, doing any authentication, but it will show you how the look and feel of a login page, or it will show you, a prototype of what this end product would look like. And you would get that increasingly refined and developed further in each of these iterative cycles or sprint cycles up to a point wherein the end user would be able to see it as well, and the business would be able to provide feedback as well. So the end users or the business sees this, the developed software as it's developed within the 2-week sprint cycles and provides feedback, which is obviously very valuable. And there are changes made as there are changes to requirements, as there are changes to the market, to what's needed and what's not needed. So these user stories and features are prioritized and reprioritized as needed, and in a iterative or agile methodology. And iteration of the work is then delivered to the customer via Scrum or Kanban, continuous flow, and releases. So that's the basic difference between waterfall and agile: the continuous releases and continuous flow of value versus one big bang delivery at the end of the whole project life cycle. So teams and organizations, everyone is very familiar with what's the sprint, what's Scrum, what is Kanban, what's Agile. But how do you scale that within the organization? So teams have been following Agile at organizations from the past decade now. The whole problem is how do you integrate teams together to form one scaled agile framework within the organization. And SAFe or scaled agile recommends a very good framework for organizations to be able to scale their agile methods. And this is a diagram. It's you can go to scaledagileFramework.com, scaledagileFramework.com, and you can look at this diagram. It talks about various SAFe configurations. For example, what I'm displaying right now is called a portfolio SAFe configuration. And we have the team level, we have a program level, and we have the organization level, or a portfolio or organization level. And it recommends certain rules and processes for each of these levels. There are various SAFe configurations available, and that's what one of the things that EdisonTimes or I train on is on this Scaled Agile framework and how you can use this Scaled Agile methods to adapt to your organization and to your portfolio or department. There are various roles, as you can see on the left. At the team level, we have the Scrum Master or team coach. We have the product owner and the team. At the program level, or what we call an agile release train level or an ART level, we have the product management, the release train engineer, and the system architect. And at the portfolio level, we have the epic owners, enterprise architects, etc. And this is a slightly SAFe 6.0. It's a dated diagram. SAFe does update this regularly. And you can go to scaledagileFramework.com to see the latest configuration. But this is something that obviously we can't cover all the details in this particular introduction. And this is something that I wanted to bring up, that we do train individuals and organizations on how you can use the SAFe model to transform your business and organization to use the Scaled Agile framework and deliver value cohesively and continuously. So let's talk a little bit about the agile roles. At the team level, we have the product owner, customer, which represents the customer or business on a team. We have the Scrum Master, who is the master of the processes, and he's a servant leader on the team. He facilitates all the ceremonies, team ceremonies, like the daily stand-ups, the retrospectives, the planning, sprint planning sessions, the demo sessions, etc., etc. And the team is a cross-functional team on a Scrum on a Scrum team. So they would consist of developers, testers, BAs, architects, etc. Whoever you need for the product to be successful needs to be on this cross-functional team. At the program and portfolio level, we have product management, which is part of the business, of course. We have the a role called release train engineer, who would actually run the ceremonies at the ART level or at the program level, which is very, very similar to what a Scrum Master does at the team level. So RTE at the ART or train level would run the Scrum of Scrums, the PI planning sessions, the PI retrospective sessions, etc. And I do train and this role as well of an RTE. And the next is the business owners, which represents the business. They fund the portfolio and the initiative, and obviously enterprise architects and DevSecOps technical folks who would actually help with the architecture of the product and make sure that the architecture of the product fits in within the ecosystem of the organizational, architecture. So whatever tools, technologies that the organization uses, the product that's being developed by a team or program should fit into the organization's technical ecosystem. So let's talk a little bit further about these trainings and certifications that EdisonTimes provides. So why have these Agile certifications? So one of the primary reasons is, of course, to have an academic knowledge on the Agile framework and processes. If you're looking for a job, it will help you in your job search. It aids you in promotion and your career growth. Overall value in the organization, your overall value in the organization as a skilled IT professional would increase, and you would avoid falling behind with other older processes. So that's some of the reasons why you should obtain further certification, Agile certification with EdisonTimes. So what does a safe training schedule look like? So certain roles that people who come to me would like to take the Safe Scrum Master training. For example, project managers, business analysts, aspiring team members, they train for the Safe Scrum Master certification. It's typically a 2-day, 16-hour course, and I split it over 2 to 3 weekends. Team members, developers, PAs, QAs, and aspiring team members, they take the Safe for Teams course. BA, product owners, business, they take the Safe PO, PM, product owner, product manager course, or the advanced product management course. Again, a 2-day, 16 hours, 2-weekend course. Managers, VPs, executives trying to learn more about Scaled Agile would take a Leading Safe course or a Lean Portfolio Management course, and it will last typically 24 hours. It's a 24-hour contact hour course, and it would last 3 to 4 days or 2 weekends. Program managers, project managers, and directors could typically take a Safe RTE course or Release Train Engineer course and see how they can lead their department or an Agile release train using knowledge on this RTE course. And there's obviously a basic course that we conduct in Agile Transformation Basics course. It's a 1-day course. So you could take any of these courses. If you'd like to take any of these certification courses, please reach out to us, and I would provide the contact information further down in this presentation. The dates here are a bit dated, but this is the typical cost for a 2-day or a 3-day course. The Safe Scrum Master is a typically $999 course. We are offering a $100 discount on each of these courses. The Safe Product Owner, Product Manager course is again 2 weekends, 16 hours. It costs around $1,100. So I trained you for the exam. The test is administered by Scaled Agile, but obviously after you've taken the training from me and the contact service with me, it is pretty easy to clear these tests, and you would obtain the certification on the same day as you clear the exam. The Safe Release Train Engineer course is around $1,400. The Safe Agilist Leading Safe course is around $1,200. Introduction to Agile course. This is a typical detailed hour course similar to what I just conducted. It's around $200 that you could do a one-on-one course with me and learn basics of Agile, Scaled Agile. So if you're searching for a new job, or you just want to get an additional knowledge or certification, you can reach out to me. I can do a 2-hour contact hour course with you on any Saturday or Sunday. If you're, again, looking out for a job and you want to revamp your resume, or have your resume sent out to multiple clients and multiple consulting organizations. We can help you source your job by forwarding your resume around. The cost of revamping your resume and forwarding your resume to helping you with your job search is a $99 cost, and you can reach out to us for that as well. So this is how you can reach out to us, hr@edisontimesnj.com, or you can email me at vsharma@edisontimesnj.com or at my Gmail account. Any course you register for you can get a full refund if you cancel it within 3 days prior to the start of the course. Let me also tell you a little bit about the website where you can go in for this further information. So this is our website, EdisonTimesNJ.com. You can look at the current courses by going to Agile Safe Trainings or scrolling down here and looking for by clicking on our services and going to Scaled Agile certifications and clicking on register now. And you can see all the courses here that are available to you. You can also register online here for the course that you would like to take. If you would like to have any further information, you can reach out to me again on this email addresses, and I can put this in the chat. So put this in the chat here. Okay, and this is the link to the website where you can register. So please reach out to us if you would like to gain additional information on Scaled Agile, obtain a certification, or would require any help in your job search. The last thing I do want to mention to you, you can connect with us on our LinkedIn account. Let me go back to the browser here. So that's me on LinkedIn, but you can connect with us on the Edison Times page and register for further free sessions or follow us here. The company name is EdisonTimes Consulting, LLC. Under the events, you will see an introduction to Scaled Agile. If you'd like to attend any of the live sessions, you can register using this particular link. Okay, so that is all that I had as part of an introduction to the Scaled Agile course. If you have any further questions for me, please again reach out to me on the email addresses provided to you, and we'll see you again later soon. Thank you very much for your time today. Bye.